Hello and a good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. It's Thursday again. I came on later today because I had a session that I was supposed to be in. So I'm trying to readjust or juggle my times for Thursday. So here we are. My name is Yafoda Tobra and I welcome you to Auntie Ya's Book Corner. Tonight is Auntie Ya's Reading Nook. But before we go ahead, let me just share to a few groups and then we'll come back and start, okay? I'm trusting that you had a great day. Today is already the 14th of October. We're in the middle of the month. Wow. I always talk about time. I don't know. It just never ceases to amaze me how time flies. So I have to just talk about it. We just started October. So yeah, anyway, the advice that I'll give is if there's anything you're supposed to be doing, please be doing it. Don't wait. Don't tarry. Don't sit there feeling sorry for yourself. Don't sit there feeling less than or not good enough. You too can do it. If we were to think about everything that people said or thought about us, we would never do anything. So my story is like that. You have to just encourage yourself, push yourself, and keep going. That's all that you can do. Okay, there's just one other thing that I need to do. Hang on here, I'll just go back and take this again. Yeah, I noticed the weather has also changed. So yeah, it's fall right now. Well, people won't want you to say it, but right now all we're waiting for is the, the white stuff to come along. People don't like to hear that, but that is the fact of life. Okay, and then just one other thing. I need to throw my book links into the, where is it? Into the chat there. All right. We're almost there. Just a few more minutes and we'll be starting. Again, where are you at? It's October. What did you set out the year with? Are you accomplishing it? Do you need to review and rejuggle? So yeah, here we are done. Again, this is Auntie Ya's Book Corner. And today we are dealing with here. The topic today is Dear Woman, Do You Believe in Yourself? And it's based on Stand Tall from pages 174 to 175 of my second book, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. So we're going to read through and then we'll do some questions, answer some questions. So I write, Dear woman, be proud of who you are. Own yourself, flaws and all. Hold your head high. Believe in yourself. You are unique. You are special. Learn to be true to yourself and to others. Always be your authentic self. So the question that goes along with that, and I'll have you know that these questions, I've done my research. So these are insights that I gained from articles and things I read on the internet. So they are not coming from me. It's just things that I read and I find it ties in with the topic with what I've written in the book. So we're going to review some of those. And the first question that I ask is, do you know who you are? So what I did here is that I found some quotes and they seem so apt to answer this. So I'm just going to read through some of them. It says, when you know yourself, you are empowered. When you accept yourself, you are invincible. And that is by Tina Lifford. I'll take it again. When you know yourself, you are empowered. When you accept yourself, you are invincible. So when you know yourself, you empower yourself to move forward, keep pushing, doing what you have to do. It makes you feel invincible. Not that you are relying on your own strength, but there's that power that, you can do anything that you set your mind to. Yes. The next quotation is, don't defend or explain your decisions to anyone. It is your life. Live it without apologies. And it is by Mandy Hill. And I say, you know, some of us, especially if we lack the self confidence, what we do is that we feel unsure of ourselves and we tend to ask people for their opinions, or we tell people what we are doing, as in you're trying to seek answers from them. And depending who it might be, they might poo poo your ideas, and then it will leave you shooting down your ideas, will make you go down like you've lost it affects your self-esteem somehow. But if you know and you are discerning, you know who you are, you know the right people to ask for advice on anything that you're undertaking. And those right people will speak into your life in a positive way, and that will push you to move forward. Yes, it gives you fuel or ammunition to just keep pushing. Mhm. So, this is the thing. It says, live your life without apologies. Last year, there was a scenario where a sister that I know was sharing something about her life. And so I just came out with this thing. I said, be unapologetically you. Yes. So in my fourth book, well, I'm still working on it. I have a section there, be unapologetically you. Yes. Own yourself. Own yourself. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Be unapologetically you. Work on the bad parts of your life, but do better. Push and improve on the good aspects. And then another quote that I saw, before the truth can set you free, you need to know which lie is holding you hostage. I love this. It was on the internet. I found it on the internet. There was no name attached. So I'll take it again. Before the truth can set you free, you need to know which lie is holding you hostage. Now, all of us, how many lies have been holding us hostage? Think back to how we were raised. Like for myself, I was raised with, good parents. They did well, they provided for us and all that. But then there were these standards, right? So there are these standards and expectations of how you have to live. So you live your life trying to hold those standards. But then it comes to a point you tell yourself, no, that was my parents and my uncles and whoever, those authority figures in our life at those times, those were their standards. These days, we can't live like that. And with us having grown up in Ghana, an ex-British colony, all the snobbery that went around along with it, higher ups, this person is a doctor, this person is that, so you have to be this, you have to be that, always prim and proper and all that. And then you get to realize that, something, trying to live up to people's standards and expectations is not what life is about. It's important to be true to yourself. So when I got that message, I've been living by it ever since. Yes. So I'll read it again because I love it so much. Before the truth can set you free, you need to know which lie is holding you hostage. And I'll say this because we're talking to women. The lie that is holding you hostage, maybe you've been groomed or led to believe that the only achievement that you have in life is to be married, because culturally some of us are groomed that way. Oh, a woman, your glory is marriage, this and that. The marriage is there, the children are there if God blesses you with them. But there's something as in you came on earth for a purpose. So while you're doing all that, find that purpose. Because as I've always said on this platform, you are very valuable to God, whether single or married. So don't let that lie hold you hostage that if you are not married, then you are nothing, you are nobody. It could be that you could be nobody in the sight of men, but not in the eyes of God. Thank you. I'll put it right there and carry on. Also, it says, be careful who you pretend to be. This is an interesting one. It says, be careful who you pretend to be. You might forget who you are. I'll take it again. Be careful who you pretend to be. You might forget who you are. A lot of us have put on these facades and masks, and we don't even know who we are anymore. We can't be true to ourselves. We're busy pretending to be the happy little wife, the happy little mother. Oh, I'm staying at home. Oh, I'm doing this or that. But then you feel this yearning inside you that, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. And you feel like the opportunity is not there. Is it that you are holding yourself back? I don't know. You can best answer that question. So we'll go on to the second paragraph. And I say, strive to be the best you can be. Strive for excellence. Let me put the second question up. So here I'm asking, are you aware of your potential? And we're reading the second paragraph of Stand Tall in the Beauty of a Woman's Heart on page 174. Strive to be the best you can be. Strive for excellence. Do not settle for mediocrity. There is potential in you waiting to be discovered. Tap into it and unleash it. Bless others with the gifts God has placed inside of you. So, I'll take it from the top. Are you striving to be the best that you can be? If you look at your life now, are you where you want to be? Are you striving for excellence, or are you afraid to shine because of what do you call it, opinions of men and people around you, or you don't want to stir the boat? You are with your sisterhood and you're all in the same boat, and you're all just, living the life of always well dressed, going out to your social meetings, associations, what have you. And so for you to say, oh, you're going to do something different, it leaves you quivering because you're afraid that your friends will desert you. Yes, that is settling for mediocrity because you're not finding out or using your potential. So the potential is in you. It's waiting to be discovered. Let me tell you this. Nobody is going to come and do that for you. You have to do that hard work. And if you sit and say, oh, after all, I'm a woman, all that's expected of me is to marry and have children, is that your whole lot in life? Are you going to be happy living that life to the end of time? Is there something that you desire to do? Your children will grow up. It's not, when I say they'll grow up, I'm not even talking about them leaving home. That will happen eventually. But it gets to a certain stage when they become very independent. 11, 12, whatever, even 8-year-olds, they are not tugging at your shirt or whatever like the small ones will do when they are younger and need your real attention, eh? So what is going to be your filler? You've been so busy. Oh, I'm such a good mother. I'm this, I'm that. It gets to a point your children don't even want you. What do you do with yourself? So we need to, be aware and think of some of these things. So I said, tap into it and unleash it. Unleash. Oh, it means just bring it out, just let it out. Bless others with the gifts God has placed inside you. A lot of times, especially with some of us, and I'm talking of a particular cultural background that shall remain nameless. We don't know how to encourage people, or people have things we want to do, but because of the opinions of men, we stop ourselves. Yeah, but we don't realize that maybe we're in the wrong tribe or in the wrong posse. There's people out there that you'll meet who will speak into you, pour into you, and you pour into them. You sharpen each other. Iron sharpeneth iron. You just got to find the right people. Don't sit in mediocrity. Tap into your potential. Now, let us look at some of the points that I found. So, when I ask the question, are you aware of your potential? I say, don't let your doubt destroy your own doubt, destroy your potential. It's very, very dangerous. What you say to yourself, what you speak to yourself. Yes. What do I mean by potential? This is the definition I got online. Potential is your capacity to improve yourself through studying, training, and practice. Know your personal abilities and interests. It's so important. There are lots of us, we don't even know what we like or what we're good at. We've just been given this script. It's already been defined for us, and we're just walking it. Oh, I'm a woman, so this is what's expected of me, and that is that. Maybe you're an artist. You'd rather, want to pursue your art and see where you'll go with it, but you figure that no, it's not something, it seems off the beaten track. Women are not supposed to be drawing and doing this and that. Why would you have passion for that? People will talk about it. People will stop me. My husband may say, no, really. And maybe doing that is what will bring you joy, inner fulfillment. And you are sitting there and you're dying slowly. Yes, so your own self doubt will take you that way. Also, um, try to enhance your strengths and to avoid your weaknesses. When we say enhance, like if you're good at something, get better at it. For me, when I see avoid your weaknesses, not necessarily avoiding them, but, or it's not to say downplay them, but work to make it better. Like you know that that may never be a strength, but don't let it put you down. Don't let it drag you down. Just know what it is and be aware. Yes. And do whatever you can to be better in that particular area. So then the question that I found too in my research is how to find your potential. So how to find your potential, you need to identify your. Oh, hello, Ajua. Nice to see you. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we are looking at Stand Tall from page 174 of The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. And I had some questions. The first question based on the paragraph 1 is, do you know who you are? We answered that. Now we are doing paragraph 2, and that question here is, are you aware of your potential? So how do you identify it? So find your potential. Identify your inner voice. Listen to yourself. That is your first step towards success. You know, if you are talking to yourself, especially if you're talking to yourself in a positive way, you know, these ideas come into your head. I think I can do this. And you start to take those steps. It will push you on the road to success. Also, make conscious effort. Don't just sit there and say, oh, I think I want to do this or I want to be that. Nobody's going to do that for you. You have to do it yourself. So you need to start from somewhere. Make a conscious effort. Making a list in your mind is not going to help you get started on whatever it is you need to be doing. Writing it out, planning it out is what will help you. But sometimes we get lazy. I say I used to be like that. Before, I'd read books that had questions in it, and I'll be looking at it and answering the questions in my head. Oh, I'll answer it in my head. Yes. And then I wrote The Beauty of a Woman's Heart and I put questions in there. So I had to answer them myself. So get into the habit of writing things out and define your goals. If you don't define your goals, you won't get anywhere. What do you want to do? You don't need to write 10 steps and overwhelm yourself. You can start with 2 or start with 3. And then when you start breaking it down little by little and you are working through it, then you go, oh, let me go. What is the next step after these first 2? Then you keep building. We have to, nobody has the luxury of time. So we need to get smarter with how we use our time. Don't waste your time. Look, it is better to have a list or a plan written out. You know that it's there. Maybe I've done just I did number 1, but there's 4 more things on there. But the list is there. You know you'll get to it. I'll use myself as an example. In any given day or any given week, there's lots of things that I know I should be doing. And it's all written somewhere, but I sit down and I'm like, oh yeah. I think even for the last few days, I feel like I haven't I haven't really been doing anything, but there's a reason why, because sometimes you are in this season, you are peaking towards something. I was getting to the point of finishing up my 3rd book. So you are peaking towards something. So there are certain times that you have to leave that one particular thing, leave everything else and concentrate on that one particular thing. So when you define things, then it helps you. Okay. And I say set milestones. Okay. So you've written out your plan. I want to do this. So milestone, you say by September, by October, I would have done this. When October comes and you realize, oh, I've only been able to do only a little part of it. Don't beat yourself down. just write down what you've accomplished, right? And then say, I'll move this to the next um, 3 months. So keep setting the milestones and then reviewing. If you want to do everything all at once, it's not possible. You have to take things. If you have this big plan and you go, I'm going to do this big thing, and you don't break it down, you get overwhelmed and you yourself, you'll give up. So there are people who always want to start things, but they say, oh, I'm going to do this. You hear big plans, but nothing ever gets done because they get overwhelmed and they give up. Mhm. And also learn to accept failures. Like I said, when you go to that September, you realize, oh, I'm not able to do this. It's not the end of the world. Just say, let me give myself 3 more months. I'll check in with myself in November. I'll check in December, see where I'm at. You readjust. You have to be a flexible person. So long as you have it written down and you are working towards a goal. Maybe your initial goal was to get it done in 6 months. If it's not done in the 6 months and it gets done in 12 months, depending what else is going on, are you going to beat yourself down, beat yourself up, or are you going to say, hey, I did accomplish it? So, and then also celebrate your successes. When you do it and you're successful, be happy, enjoy it. Let me read Adjua's comments. She said, great points made, and True Talk says, everything we do, practice, copy, think, and imitate, define as good or bad. Skills building is imperative in one's lifestyle. Thank you. So I think I'm at the halfway mark. I have the last paragraph to talk about. So we will take a break. We'll come back, and I have something lovely. I have a lovely, let's see here. Where are we? We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will continue. And there it is. What was my last point before we took the break? Celebrate your successes. That is my third book, Refreshing for a Weary Soul. It came out on October 12th. So do get your copy on Amazon Canada, UK, US, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, France, Australia, and Japan. I was so surprised. So like I thought, wow, the video that they did, it just captures the book cover exactly. And I'm like, wow, how do they think about this? Now, this was not an easy thing to get to. I always say that if you had asked me 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whether I would have written a book, I wouldn't have been able to answer you. But in a span of 19 months, I've written 3 books. So when I talked about potential earlier, you need to spend time finding out what you are here for and doing it, because that is what will give you the greatest joy in your life. Look, family is so, so important. Relationships are so, so important. Not putting that down, that not by any means. But I'm saying that you as an individual, you have a purpose and you have to be living it out. So I encourage you, get your copy. It is a devotional and It's told in story form, different passages from the Bible, and my insights that I got from it. Yes, and so yeah, there's three sections. A little drop of pearl. As I said previously, what it is that I write the story, and then I ask some questions. Ask yourself this, and the answer is the little drop of pearl. When you get the book and you read it, you'll know. So the first section is a little drop of pearl, and the second section is waters of refreshing. So waters of refreshing, meaning that we are so dry and worn out by the cares of the world and our business and whatever else we are doing. So if you're a person of faith like me, what is it that refreshes you? The word of God. Yes, it's like water. There's so many examples of water in the Bible. Even Psalm 63, I think David talks about that. And then, when the woman at the well, what was it? The woman and the well in the conversation with Jesus, right? That the water that you drink is like, oh, I don't remember exactly, but it's in John 4 somewhere, I think. Anyway, and then the third portion, you know about it, practical nyamesem. So the, what do you call it? The insights that I said I gained from watching or reviewing, looking at how we worship God back home. And I started these Facebook Lives on Tuesdays talking about some of those things. So that also is the third piece of the book. Yes, it was, sometimes you write these things. I know that the times in which we live these days, people or society necessarily, especially in the Western world, do not really care for the things of God or anything per se. People have choices, they choose what they want to choose. But some of us, or for people like us, people like me, a devotional is an important aspect. So it's a good read. And yeah, I put it this way, I use my storytelling abilities to weave some stories in there. So hey, I'm not a theologian, not by a long shot, but I love the word of God. So that is my piece and my contribution to society. That's what I can bless people with. So there you have it. So do go get your copy. I am able to order author copies at a lower price, but right now what I've decided to do is that, the beauty of a woman's heart is also still quite young. That came out in March. So, we still have to do the programming and, what do you call it? Advertising it, putting it out there. So we still come and discuss. And so I thought that maybe practical nyamisem, like put it to the side for now, and on Tuesdays do refreshing for a weary soul. So I said, I can't wait to order my author's copy down the line. Like I don't tend to order it right away when the book comes out, but I said, no, I'm not going to be there like the last time when we were doing Beauty of a Woman's Heart, and I always had to copy from the manuscript and put it on my iPad and be reading it. So I've ordered my own copy. I bought my own book so that I can have one to do my Tuesday live. So it says the arrival time is tomorrow. So if it does come, maybe I'll just come and show it briefly and we can all talk about it or chat about it. So let's continue. Let's see, where was I? So we're going to go to the third paragraph. And this topic here is stand tall. I'm encouraging women to stand tall. So that we're going to read the third paragraph, and I'll put up the question for that one before I start reading it. So the question for the third paragraph is, are you a small or a big thinker? So I write, live a meaningful and productive life. Live your best life. Dream and think big. You are called for such a time as this to impact the world with what is inside of you. Find your place. Find your voice. Do not waste time. The time to act is now. For me, I love hearing find your voice because there are many who will try to silence you on this earth. And if you don't know who you are, you'll be silenced for good. I always say, I have this scenario of, we spend a lot of time when people People say things to us and maybe we don't react quickly. And then later we come home and we're stewing. Why did this person say this to me? Maybe I should have said this, you know? And people like me, when you do something and it's not right, we won't let you go scot-free. And it's not to say we're quarrelsome, we're just straight up. I prefer to let you know how I feel than to go and tell everybody under the sun except you. And then when 10 people see you, then they're acting strange to you because I have come to tell you about what they did. So how I phrase it is this: when somebody does something and you don't like it, speak up or forever hold your peace. For me, this is how I do it. If what you said is not consequential, like it's inconsequential, it's not of, I can allow to let certain things go. But if it's something that I know that I'm going to come and sit at home and stew about while you've gone off scot-free making your nasty remarks, I better be addressing it so you get it. And after I'm done, we're cool, I move off. But I find with our people, when you stand up or speak up for yourself, they take it that you don't like them or there's a quarrel. We need to learn, as I said to a lady before, we need to learn how to embrace the truth. Yes, speak the truth, allow people also to live and speak their truth. So the question, we're going to answer that question and then we'll wrap up. Are you a small or a big thinker? Because I was saying that the time to act is now. Make an impact, dream and think big. And I found this article online. I really loved it. It's by, what's the title again? The Financial Freedom blog. So this is the question that they asked: are you a small or a big thinker? And they say that big thinking generates the power, the skill, and energy needed to do big things. So when you are trying to do something, you go, Mikra, can I do this thing? And you go, well, so and so tried it. Yeah, I think it's something that I can do. So as soon as you tell yourself you're not a giver up, or somebody who gives up easily, and you go, oh, maybe I'll try it. This article is saying that the how to do it comes to one who believes. So if you tell yourself, I think I can do it, somehow you start to plan how you will do it. Whether it's a difficult thing or not, you say, I am going to do it. Look, there's been times even that you're given assignments at work and you go, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? But then as soon as you sit down and you start formulating the plan, voila, it's easy and you just get it done. So if you are that kind of person, the article said that that is the driving force behind the inventions, the books, and whatever we see around. Those people didn't give up. They pushed themselves. So yeah. And it goes on to say that the big thinking is the basic essential ingredient in all successful people. You watch. It's not the Debbie Downers like, oh, you can't do this. Oh, that is difficult. I give up. Have you seen anybody who's always complaining succeed at anything? They give up even before they've started. They will give you all the reasons why you can't do something. Yes. So understand that if you're going to do something, think big. You plan something that you're going to do. Think about it in a big way and say, I can do this. This is something that is within my reach. Yes, it seems difficult, but I'm able to accomplish it. And that will give you the energy to figure out how to do it. And then, of course, small thinking. Yeah, the Freedom blog says that it's also a force that can lead people to failure or mediocrity. It's a trait of a group of people shall remain nameless. We're very good at being mediocre because we stop ourselves and we stop others from accomplishing things. Yeah. So when you think small, the mind finds reasons to support your small thinking. This can't be done. Oh, nobody's done it before. Who do you think you are? Why do you want to try that? No, it's never been done. Have you seen anybody in our family doing it? Oh, these people, they can't do that. Oh, who are they? Who does she? They'll just say it like that. And then you'll be standing there and you feel so defeated. if you don't have that vim or that verve or that go-getter spirit, that is like, eh, for me, the things that people have said about me, if I was to think about it, I wouldn't even show my face anywhere. Because they think that what they are thinking is what is going to stop you, or they'll put you down and you won't move. No, at the end of the day, you're only responsible or accountable for yourself in whatever actions you take. Are you going to let people's opinions defeat you into submission, or are you going to just silence it, the negative voices, the naysayers, and you keep forging your path, keep going? So if you're a small thinker, yeah, that's what is going to happen. So doubt and disbelief show up. And this is what is responsible for many, many failures. Yes. So overall, I'm going to tell you this. How do you stand tall as a woman or even a man? Get rid of limitations. Read, read, read. Reading expands your thinking. Reading expands your thinking. I was crying woefully some weeks past about how I don't spend enough time reading. And now I try to read a little bit here and there. I'm getting better. And then also it says enlarge your dreams and network with successful people. Enlarge your dreams. Enlarge your dreams. Don't sit there and think small. Do something. Hey, if you are happy with life the way it is, that's fine. But I know and I'm aware that there's a lot of people who will tell you that there's things they wish they had done and didn't do it. Yes. So for myself, I'm just asking myself the question, you see, I don't come and sit here and talk to people about things that I won't do because some of us may do that. We come and we are telling people things, but we are not doing it ourselves. The question, it just hit me to ask myself this question. I'm asking myself now, in these last 6 years, that even before, because as soon as your children leave, what do you call it, high school, and they're going to university, they're already so grown up. But I'm just asking myself, these last 6 years that I've been so busy, that I came into my own and decided that I'm going to pursue writing. So if I wasn't doing these things, what would I be doing? My kids are all grown up. They finished school. They are working. Some even are not around. Sometimes they go off and work somewhere and come back and this type of thing. And I'll be sitting here twiddling my thumb. What do I do with myself? What do I do with myself? What do I do with myself? It's gotten to the point now even that they come and they are talking to you, oh, mom, you're too busy, you're not paying attention. I'm like, you know what? I understand you, but don't make me feel guilty. Like, this is my time too. I'm done. Not that I don't have time for you. No, I do. But when you were a baby and you needed me, those days are over. I also now have time to do what I want to do, and I'm invested in doing it. I do still spend time with them. I'm not saying that cut everybody off, no, but I'm saying that at the end of the day, you can have a husband, you can have children, you can have grandchildren, but they are not always with you. All you have sometimes is you. And what do you do with you if you don't know who you is? I've asked that question numerous times. So find something, find other interest. Ajua says, oh, say that again. Oh, says we need to model everything we say. Ask of loved one, others with practice to do better all around. Yes, we have to stop the pretending. Don't advise people to do things that you don't do. So yeah. So anyway, that was another take on Stand Tall from the book Reflections. Sorry, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, which you can find on Amazon Canada, US, France, Spain, Italy, and Germany. And as you saw in the video that I showed during the break, my third book, The Refreshing for a Weary Soul, for My Weary Soul, is also out, and it's on Amazon US, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, UK, Australia, and Japan. Go and get your copy and you'll be blessed. Hey, I thank you for joining me tonight. And for those who come after, please leave your comments and we'll be glad to respond to them. And the book links are in the chat. I hope you see them. So just click on it and get your copy. Any of the 3 books, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, and then Refreshing for My Weary Soul. You'll get a lot out of it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ajua. And whoever else I missed, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Mrs. Ya Russell and I will be back on Sunday. Thank you, Ajua. God bless you. Midasi. We'll be back on Sunday. The topic that we were going to do seemed to be a continuation of what we did 2 weeks ago, and it was to do with women. I'm not sure how I want to phrase it, but I'll ask the question. Yes, it was to do with valuing yourself. And there's a paragraph in there on page 213. So we're going to focus on it and ask ourselves, questions like, it's a woman. I'm thinking of how to phrase it. It's your only achievement in life, marriage, or something along those lines. So you'll be hearing from us. I'll go and analyze it critically and get back to you. So it should be an interesting discussion on Sunday. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. God bless you. Love you all. Bye.